Mabuhay! I am Lourdes Federes and I am here at 1255 St. James for the grand opening of Max Restaurant Winnipeg.
So we have the Living Group Incorporated, Arnell, John, Sheila, Frank, and JR, together with Mr. Bill Rogers, grandson of Maximino Jimenez and Director of International Operations, to do the honor of our traditional chopping of the chicken, which is going to be within the middle of the
Mabuhay! We are very excited today. This is a very special day, not just for me, for all our guests today, but for the city of Winnipeg. Because we are now right here at the Max Restaurant, the first Max Restaurant in Manitoba. This is their grand opening, and we are joined by the co-owner of Max Winnipeg, J.R. Alibin.
Thank you, Lourdes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Isn't it like much awaited? Like, I think it was 2 years ago when you announced that you're
Yeah, 2 years ago when we announced it, several years prior to that with the planning. So yeah, it's great to be here.
Finally, what a relief, hey?
Yes, yes, yeah.
And everybody's very warm and really welcome the brand. Because I see it every day, it's always full. Parking lot is always full.
Good, yeah, that's good. That's that's part of the reason why we brought Max's here, is because of our kababayans, to bring the nostalgia to our kababayans, and we hear that a lot. We have people from Portage la Prairie, Nipawa, Regina, Saskatchewan, families that after their citizenship they come here. Wow. So that feels good. It feels good to see them, and we're accomplishing what we wanted to do. So.
And thank you so much for that. And just a curiosity, why Max Restaurant?
Because of the family business concept. Even though Max is corporate, publicly traded company in Asia, it's a family business, and this is a family business comprised of our families, and it's a right fit. It's aligned, and again, bringing that Max's nostalgia to our kababayans to Winnipeg.
Okay, and is there your favorite Max memory, Max Restaurant memory back home in the Philippines?
My sister's 18th birthday debut was actually at Max's in the Philippines, so that brings a lot of memories for our family. So
okay, so thank you so much for having MABUHAY TV here and all our guests. Just what other services like you have here at Max Restaurant?
Yeah, in between May and June, we'll be launching our delivery. So we'll be using one of the delivery platforms. We're going to do catering parties. So that's all coming between May and June.
Okay.
And then it will be a full menu.
And we are joined by MLA Flor Marcelino to join them in this very important celebration.
This restaurant is not just a symbol of Filipinos' success in business, but also Filipinos' sense of community. Bringing Max here is just like bringing a piece of the Philippines to Winnipeg. Wish all the success for this business of the Alibin brothers, Alibin family.
I'm here right now. I'm joined by the Max Restaurant Managing Director, Mr. Bill Rogers, and I find out today that he is the grandson of Mr. Maximo Jimenez, the Max's Restaurant founder himself. Thank you so much for coming to Winnipeg.
Thank you. It's great to be back. Thank you.
How do you find the weather here?
It's okay. I just have to have the right clothing on. I'm okay. No problem. Since the soft opening, we've been very, very happy about the performance here. The response of the Filipino community and then the greater community has been tremendous. The Alibin family has been an awesome franchisee and doing such hard work. And I think it all shows in this restaurant how well the sales are strong. The food is excellent, and the response has been very positive. It was about -30 when we did the soft opening, and people were lining up. I was amazed. I mean, it was amazing, amazing response. Because I went outside a few times during that. It's tough, but people were willing to tough it out, and they waited 2 hours to get into the store. So it's been great. I mean, it shows that the Filipinos here were really ready.
Yeah. So I can. It'll be more lineup for sure in summer, but we're so happy to have Max here in Winnipeg. Thank you so much for bringing home closer to us here in
We're
Winnipeg.
great. It's great to be here in Winnipeg. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So, we are now joined by one of a very common personality in the Filipino community. I would say we always bump into each other. It's because he's very supportive of the community. Mr. Larry Vicker of Vicker Automotive. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon or magandang umaga, perhaps.
Yes.
Hindi even magandang hapon.
Malapit na.
Yeah.
So what can you say about this newly opened Max restaurant?
Maganda. I'm looking forward to eating the food here today, and I think it's a wonderful addition to Winnipeg, and it's another sign of the Filipino community in Winnipeg growing and prospering. I congratulate JR and his family. I congratulate Mr. Rogers and the whole Max's chain throughout the world. And when I hear that number throughout the world, it's wow type of thing. And to have this one here in Winnipeg, I know it's already somewhat successful, and it will be more successful as time goes, because everybody tells me, this is unfortunately the first time I've eaten here, but they tell me the food is delicious. People keep coming back. So congratulations to JR and everybody.
We are now joined by MLA of St. Norbert, Mr. John Reyes, our kababayan in government. Hi, John.
Hi.
So how do you feel about this exciting event today?
It's very exciting. Personally for me, I've known Hippolito Albin Jr., one of the partners, the Albin family, for many years since our Manitoba Filipino Business Council days, and I'm very, very proud and happy for his family. For me, I was very emotional when he brought his father, he gave a tribute to his father in the beginning, and it's all because of his father, his family immigrated here in Manitoba, and to see this come into fruition, this is a true immigrant success story. And for me, being in government, having a business background, I'm so happy that Max's restaurant in Winnipeg has created 60 jobs. 60 jobs, and not only is he contributing to the economy in that way with job creation, but people get to come here and enjoy fantastic Filipino food set up to the bones.
Yes. This is a true by Filipino for the Filipino business, right? So we are looking forward to more brands bringing here,
absolutely,
to make us feel more at home.
Well, we've had two Lourdes, we've had two Jollibees, we have Max's, we have Seafood City that'll be open up in Phillips. So I mean, the influence of the Filipino culture has an influence in Manitoba, because Manitoba is truly the home of hope, I have to say. And congratulations to the Albin group, the Albin family, to my good friend JR. Much success, and let's bring more Filipino business also to the south of Winnipeg as well.
Yeah, please come visit Max's Restaurant Winnipeg, 1255 St. James. Thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Delegate. As you recall, last time we got to meet two of our Year 2 Delegatas, which were Louise and Joyce, who did a fantastic job of hosting. Ako po si Judy and Jaime. I was also at the last episode. Of course, I'm the founder of Delegate. We have a lot of things to talk about today. One of the main values of Delegate, of course, is celebrating sisterhood and celebrating different types of women that we have in our community. And sitting with me today is Miss Julia Lim. Julia is the president of Junior Chamber International, JCI, the Winnipeg chapter. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure, Julian.
Yeah, well, tell me more about JCI. Like, what is JCI?
So JCI actually, since 1923, we call it Winnipeg JCs. We've been in the community for almost 96 years. Yes. So who we are actually a membership-based non-profit organizations that is, we believe as a member that we have to improve ourselves on the place in the world we live in. So JCI members is actually over 200,000 members that contributed to positive change and great impact in the community. Over 5,000 communities around 100 nations nationwide. So as a bit of trivia, actually, JCI Canada or Winnipeg is the first chapter who joined outside the US.
Wow.
So yes.
Yeah, so we're very active in our city.
Yes, so we're also affiliated for, JCI stands for Junior Chamber International, and we're also affiliated for United Nations. So yes.
Wow. Well, congratulations on being the president.
Oh, thank
for
you.
Winnipeg. I know that's a very huge deal, especially for our community to see a little
yes.
woman in that leadership type of role.
Definitely.
And I know JCI, like it is international, like you were saying.
Yes.
Tons of nations are a part of this. I know a lot of my friends in the Philippines also know what JCI is.
Yes.
So what are some things in Winnipeg, let's say, some activities that JCI is doing?
So we have lots of activities doing. So we have the monthly events. So first starting of the year, we have a networking event we call JC Experience, where we welcome new members or mingle with old members, so getting to know more about us. And also we have some workshops, seminars, national, international conference as well. And same thing, also volunteering. We also, help out the Festival de Voyager or the Santa's Parade. We're also part of that, which is the biggest one. We also raise funds, like we have a masala mixer, and we also raise funds to donate for the charity. So things like that. So more on leadership, entrepreneurship, anything you can think about.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And we love seeing JCI out in the community. I know you've done some partnerships with our community as well, including Delegate, which is exciting. So we have something coming up.
I'm excited to collaborate with you. I know we're talking about this, and I know last year your event it's very fantastic. I'm very impressed in how you actually, being like an ate with this Delegate. So so I said I'm also a coach and a speaker myself, as well as the JCI president. So I was thinking of doing a masterclass. So actually, this we do usually in JCI. We do it our annual event. We do a workshop. Then we do also after the workshop we do an effective competition. So we do JCI, the national and international. So I think it's good to collaborate, and it's open to public.
Yes.
So this time it's open to public. Yes.
Actually, I was at your effective speaking last year.
Yes, you are.
Workshop. So for anyone who is interested, of course, get connected with Julia. Follow JCI. She'll tell you more about that in a bit. But there is definitely so many opportunities to get out there, to network with people, and to develop your own professional and your own personal skills. So tell us more about where people can find JCI or more information about JCI.
Okay, so where we can find, we have a Facebook page. So you just type in JCI Winnipeg and you can click like so we can follow. We have also our JCI at JCI Winnipeg Instagram. We also have blog spot. We just type in JCI Winnipeg. So, and we have also upcoming, we're working on a new website. So further details.
For sure. And so, of course, you are our host for our next
Yes.
masterclass. We spoke in our last episode about inviting everyone to our next masterclass. We're actually at about 55% sold.
Wow,
it
it's
is
amazing.
Sold. I say sold. It's free, but you do have to RSVP your
yes,
ticket.
it's only 50 seats only. So make sure you RSVP. I'm just telling everybody, just contact me like, hey, I'm interested. Like, make sure you guys go on the Facebook Eventbrite to actually click going.
Yeah, so what can people expect at that masterclass?
So I would say it's a very, as when I see who's going, it's a very multicultural and diverse ages from 16 to 40. We welcome everybody. Everybody can learn. And we're going to focusing on, impromptu speaking, informal speaking, or also social speaking. Like if you go to networking event or you go in a business event. So we're going to touch base with that as well. And also, we have a keynote speaker, actually. So our keynote speaker is our city councilor, Miss Vivian Santos. So she was going to be talking about leadership, to share her tips and how she became this leader of this new generation. And also, one more, I have one speaker, which is a former JCI. Her name is Natasha Fisher. So she's going to talk about her, she became actually the JCI champion. She competed national, international, and she's going to talk about her JCI journey as well. So yes.
Yeah. And so one of the questions we always get Delegita is where can they learn how to do public speaking? So this, of course, is one of our open to public masterclasses. Again, it's on April 13th, happening at Wayfinders, 950 Jefferson. You can follow facebook.com/Delegata Winnipeg to find out more information about that event. And speaking of events, I know JCI also has another project the week after ours.
Yes.
So you tell us
it's
more.
a bit busy month, I would say.
Yeah.
Yes, so I'm actually co-hosting it and also one of the event organizers. It's a collaboration project with, I actually have a tickets here. So this is actually $20 for donors. So we have different prices as well. So it's Reading for a Peace on April 20, 2013. Time is 6 to 8 p.m. We have different performers, multicultural. So the main goal for this is like, for this year actually for JCI, our main project is Peace is Possible. So how we can do peace for us, for something music, it unite different culture, whatever language you have. I think it's the best way to promote your message. Not being loud, but it's like a calm way of promoting messages and uniting everyone. So I think I want to thank Mr. Ernesto. He's also actually a former JC in the Philippines. So, thank you for this collaboration. And yes. Hope to see you there, and tickets are still available. So where can you can actually go to JCI Winnipeg as well, and you can I can drop some tickets if you guys message us there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Make sure that you follow JCI Winnipeg on Facebook as well as Instagram. And you can also find Julia as well on there. She's very active in making sure that people know about these events and all these community going-ons. So Julia, thank you again for being a part of our show
Thank
today.
you so much. Yes, a pleasure.
As you remember, in episode 1, you got to meet Jem Cuevas. Jem is one of our delegitas for 2019. Sitting with me now is one of our other delegitas. So we have with us Francisca Jacobo. So welcome, Francisca.
Hello. Hi.
This is her first time on camera as well. So we're excited to have her, of course. So Francisca, tell me more about why you decided to join Delegita.
Actually, I was influenced, or rather inspired, by a former member to join Delegita. Through her, I saw how great of a platform it is to let my voice be heard about issues that I'm passionate about, such as mental illness and homelessness. I'd like to lessen the stigma around mental illness and to let people know that there will always be someone listening to them, and to also encourage other people to always listen, to always be willing to listen to other people as well. As for homelessness, I've always had a soft spot for people I saw living on the streets, especially during cold winter nights or the holidays, because they were alone. They were often alone. So at that time, I felt like I couldn't do anything because I was so young. But now that I've gotten older, I feel like I could do something about it. And I think this is a great program. This is a great platform for me to start doing things that can help with that issue.
Absolutely, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And so joining Delegita, now that you're a part of it, what are some things that you hope to learn or hope to gain or hope to achieve?
So from what I've seen, Delegita is full of great women, and I'm so excited to be part of that. I'm so excited to meet new people, to experience new things, and to learn new things that can help me grow as a person, both inwardly and outwardly. I'm excited to expand my connections and network.
Again, Winnipeg, these are things that our youth are so passionate about. You're kind of seeing a thread of things that they have in common and things that they care about. And without a platform to speak, these are things that often go unaddressed. So of course, we're happy to have you as one of our Delegitas. We're glad you joined. Again, if you want to get connected to Delegita, it's facebook.com/Delegita Winnipeg, or on Instagram at Delegita Winnipeg. You can find us there. You can connect to us. So even if you're maybe not comfortable with the public speaking part, you can always come out, you can learn, and you can be a part of this movement as well. So Francisca, thank you again for being here. We're so happy to have you as part of our team.
I'm happy too. Thank you.
So on that note of sisterhood, of course, one of the things that we like to encourage at Delegaita is to encourage each other and to make sure that you're supporting one another's successes. So sitting with me here today is Linger and Aragon. Linger, hi.
Hello.
Welcome to Delegaita.
Thank you.
Linger, of course, is the owner of Para Sayo and of Ann & Co. So Linger, tell us a little bit about both companies.
Yes, I'd love to. Para Sayo was the first business that I created, and it is customized gift packages for all events and celebrations, and it also entails hand lettering and calligraphy. And then Ann & Company came about 2 years later, which is an event and wedding planning business.
Wonderful. I actually received one of your packages for International Women's Day a couple of years ago, and it's so heartwarming to open up such a personalized gift package. And of course, like a lot of your artistry goes into that too. So when you think of gift boxes, you kind of just picture like those FabFitFun, like, you know, this kind of, you just get a box with all this stuff in it. Similar idea, except it's very much personalized and tailored to what you are and what your values are and all of that. So you really take the time to get to know what it is that your client wants, which I really appreciate. So thank you for what you do for women in that sense. So now with Ann & Company, event coordination, a lot of our youth, our girls, are planning their debuts. So there's a lot of things that, you know, especially if it's your first time, if you're the eldest, let's say, and you've never planned a party before, there's a lot of things that girls often miss. So what would be your top tips for event planning?
My top tips would be, number one, to remain true to who you are and pick a theme that signifies, you know, what a debut is. Like, debut is you're coming out as an adult, so stay true to who you are. I'm actually planning a debut for next week, and her theme is Blooming June. So her name is Mary June. We played around it, and it's blooming because she's becoming into a woman and talks about her growth from like childhood to adulthood.
Yeah, so being true to yourself. And what are some things that maybe that girls or anyone planning a party, something that they might miss or that they might not think of, but as an event coordinator, because you're always behind the scenes and you're always really getting down to all of the things that need to happen, what might be one thing that is often overlooked?
I'd say one thing that's often overlooked is putting yourself in the position of everybody that's coming to your event. So there are titos, there's titas, there's kids, there's ates and kuyas, there's friends of your parents that probably don't even know you very well, and they're coming there. So just do things that will kind of make sure that they feel welcome coming to the event.
Yeah, that's something I never would have thought of. It's very true. So with event coordination, some people may not have ever heard of what that is. So for our folks at home who might have never heard of it, what is event coordination?
So I describe it simply as this. You're going to be spending some money, you know, picking a venue for your caterer, for your flowers, for your centerpieces, your decorations. Who is going to take care of it on that day where you're trying to be present with your family and guests? A coordinator is somebody that just wraps everything, all of that, into a pretty little box and presents it to whoever is attending the event.
Wonderful. Well, so for our folks at home who want to learn more about you and learn more about your company or connect with you, where can they find you on social media?
I am all over Facebook and Instagram, so please follow me. I can give you the link to that if that's okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you can also send me a text message or email.
Wonderful. Well, again, we are all about celebrating women in our community. Linger, of course, is one of those young women who are starting to make a name for themselves in our business community. So thank you again for being here and for spending time with us.
Thank you so much for having me. Thanks, guys.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Judy Meets World. Today, we're going to be talking about something that I've been asked a lot about, which is how to book your airfare at the best possible price. So today we're going to be talking about 3 different things. The first one will be what are some tips to get the best possible fares? What are some of the websites I personally use to book my airfare? And also, what are some ways that I can travel with points, depending on what kind of credit card that you use? So the first point, of course, is how to get the best fare. A lot of it has to do with timing. So usually I hear between 6 to 8 weeks before your departure date, that's when you're going to get the best fare possible. One of the things too I've heard is to fly on a Wednesday. So if you have the option to fly midweek, that will always be a little bit cheaper than flying on the weekend for a lot of reasons, mainly because they need to sell those seats, so they sell them at a cheaper rate. The second thing, of course, that I want to talk about are what websites that I use. I usually prefer to fly with major carriers like WestJet, Air Canada. There are, of course, Swoop or Flair if you're traveling from Canada. That is definitely a budget airline that you can try. I personally have not tried them. One of the reasons is you just need to know what your travel style is. So personally, I value comfort, whereas other folks would like to have the experience of flying more for less. So it's really up to you what you're comfortable with. But definitely those are 2 ways that you could fly, and just make sure that you're keeping track of seat sales. So I actually book with Expedia.ca sometimes. I was actually able, during a seat sale, to get a WestJet flight for cheaper than Swoop. So again, it's all about your timing. It's knowing when you're flying out, when you're able to, and just watch that timing, right? 6 to 8 weeks before your departure date, keep an eye on those flight trackers and see if you can get the best bang for your buck. And last one is, of course, traveling with points. A lot of major credit cards now are selling cards that do have the option to collect points for everyday things like your gas, your groceries. And when those points accumulate, you can actually get round-trip tickets. So again, you want to choose a card that works best for your lifestyle. The card that I personally have allows me to have lounge access. It gives me a lot of cancellation insurance if I need it. And also it makes sure that I'm comfortable when I'm flying. So they do have sales throughout the year. I'm able to collect about 3 or 4 round-trip flights for free per year just from using my card on everyday things. So again, you want to make sure, just like booking your flights, you want to make sure that it matches your lifestyle and what you would normally do anyway. That way you're not doing anything extra, you're getting some extra points in there, and you're able to book your airfare round trips for free. One of the things that I featured in my last episode, of course, was the way that I travel with liquids. So this here, like I said, this is optional. Of course, you don't have to do this. If you're going to a hotel where they do have your shampoo, conditioner, soap, then you don't need to bring anything with you. For those of us with sensitive skin or you have very particular products that you like to use, I recommend doing something like this. This is the Valor Go. I actually got this off of Amazon. I'm just going to open it up so that you can see some of the features that it has. So one thing I really like about this is, of course, it is silicone, so it's easy to squeeze that product out. It is carry-on safe. It is approved by the airline, so you can bring this with you on your flight. The back here has a suction cup, so it's easy to just stick that onto the shower if you're going to be using it in there. My favorite part about this would have to be right now, so this one here doesn't have any labels on it, but right now this one is blank, but I'll show you an example. This is my shampoo, or I have it set to shampoo. But this here, as you can see, it has the label. I'm just going to open this up for you. But what you can actually do is you can go in there and you can actually switch that label around. So right now it's shampoo. If I want to switch it over to, say, soap, I can do that, or whatever I want to put in there. So right now it says lotion. So you have the option to customize this and to keep track, because when you just have bottles like this, it's really hard to see and you end up shampooing your hair with soap, and nobody wants that. We also have 2, so this comes in the set. 2 of these are just good for like something small. So for example, I like to put some of maybe like my facial lotion in here. Just keep it in there. It's easy to just take a little spatula, put it in there, then you can take that with you on the go as well. So again, this is the Valor Go. I will have a link available for you if you want to check it out, because I did get quite a number of questions about this when we posted our last episode. Thank you again, Winnipeg, for tuning into another episode of Judy Meets World. Again, I love it when you come and explore with me. Let me know what other topics you would like for us to feature and for me to talk about from my experience from traveling around the world. Thank you again, and mabuhay!
Kita-kita po tayo sa Canada.
Yes, on May 3 we'll be in Toronto.
May 4 sa Edmonton.
May 5 sa Winnipeg.
Acoustic Heart Rocks. Kita-kita po
We'll
tayo.
also be with Negi. Yeah! Guys there. Punta kayo ha.